Amanda Warfield. I'm the founder of Thriving Lifecraft. Our purpose is to help women and men that have been negatively impacted by narcissistic, toxic relationships to rediscover their personal value so they are empowered to craft their own narc-free futures of freedom, fulfillment, and abundance. The first step is a decision to thrive. I would ask that you like and subscribe to our channel. I'm going to start putting these Narc Notes out there and growth game changers. And that's going to be every Tuesday at 10 a.m. or as close as I can get to it. Today's the 1st, so it's a little off. And growth game changers will be on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. And the whole idea is information in your Narc Note, transformation in your growth game changer. And I want to have this out there every week, and I want to do this here versus sending it out or putting it out the way I have been, because I want your comments. If you agree or you disagree, I want your comments. So please start talking in those comments, and I'm going to take the 2 or 3 that I can pull out every week and start bringing them up in the next week for discussion. So we can kind of go back and forth, and this can be a give and take situation. Now, I do also want to cover, we do have a group coaching program, transformational coaching program in Thrive90. That registration for that is going to close at midnight on June 15th. So it is group coaching. It is a mastermind in the Blue Ridge Mountains and gorgeous on the grounds of the Biltmore Estate. It's an empowering community and a world-class support level from your coaches. And we do give you unlimited access. The lawyers don't want me to call it for life, but it is what it is. Unlimited access to all of the training materials. Once you register for Thrive90, you get that unlimited to be able to go back to. The whole idea is it's a 90-day coaching program to get you narc-free, but not only get you narc-free, get you crafting your own future of your dreams. Okay, so that being said, you can get to that information if you go into the webinar, and you can get to that via thrivinglifecraft.com/freedom webinar registration. And the whole idea is for that free webinar, you're going to get the information that we give you about Thrive90, but you're also going to get a free coaching session as our gift to you. You're also going to get some information that will give you about the vagus nerve, and we'll cover why in just a minute. So let's get to today's Narc Notes. We're talking about 3 common, startlingly common things that are just shocking mistakes that we all make. I made them. I know most people who are breaking free from a narcissist make them. The first is, yes, knowledge is power. But you can take that DSM-5 and twist it and tie it into a pretzel and end up with too much information. The whole idea here is it doesn't matter if your narc has all 9 things or has 4 things, or have they been diagnosed. What matters is how are they treating you? Do you look at that list in that DSM-5 and does it resonate? Does your heart go, oh God, that's my life? That's a problem. So the first mistake is don't get caught up in the quagmire of information. Don't get sucked into that vortex of too much info and never make a decision or take any action. That's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is community. Yes, community is hugely important in your narcissistic abuse recovery and your further professional development, your personal development. It's important. But the key here is it can also be a hindrance. And I'm going to break this into two different viewpoints. Firstly, if you are still involved with your narcissist, whatever that narcissist is to you, husband, wife, spouse, significant other, boss, employee, colleague, friend, doesn't matter. Whoever that narcissist is to you, are they still involved with you? Are you still actively having them in your life? What does your group of friends look like now? What does the group of people surrounding you look like now? Is it shrinking? Do you start feeling more and more alone as time goes forward? That's a problem. And you can't let it happen. Don't lose your friends and your support. But number two, on the flip side of that, with that community you have, are you surrounded by flying monkeys? Do you have a situation where everybody around you is engineered by your narcissist to be around you and make you feel even more alone because they're not going to support you? You have to start making decisions around who you're going to keep in your life. And they may have been a good friend to you, but they're not now. You need to do something about it. So that's one side of this coin. On the flip side, when you start really thinking about it, are you further along in your narcissistic abuse recovery? Do you know you have a narcissist? Have you been in all the support groups? Are you moving forward? Okay, so if you're in those support groups, who are you talking about all the time? Are you talking about your growth? Are you talking about things you're going to do to move your life forward? Or are you talking about your narcissist nonstop? If you're talking about everything they did to you, everything that's happened to you, you have to start shifting that mindset from one of things have happened to me to this happened for me. Because now I am equipped to go here. I'm equipped to do this with my life. And I'm going to move forward. Until you make that decision, and it is a decision, you have to decide, I'm not going to focus on this negativity anymore, and I'm going to start focusing on what I'm going to do about it. That is a huge problem if you can't get there. So if you need help getting there, maybe you do need a coach. We're here to help if that's the case. The third thing that is a common mistake, and it's not so much our fault, it's that it's not always covered. There is hardcore science involved in what happens to the brain of and the body of a narcissistic abuse victim. I, for one, I'm a 25-year MS patient, and I'm also someone who suffered a 37-day migraine, had an 8-day hospital stay. My neurologist has seen my relationship with my ex-narc from start to finish and has very clear and appointed opinions on what was involved in that. And one of his last things he said to me before he retired was, your husband, then husband, is bad for your health. You've got to do something about this. So what you need to know is your vagus nerve, which extends from your diaphragm all the way up to the base of your brain, is far more powerful than you know, and a lot of people have never even heard of it. So your brain, you think, oh, that controls everything. No. Your brain reacts to your vagus nerve. Your vagus nerve tells it what to do. So fight or flight, that response, that's commanded by your vagus nerve and tells your brain how to react. And your brain then starts producing all the chemicals that your body releases in times of stress. And now, whether you're in war, you're a war veteran and you've been in, a horrible situation, or you are a narcissistic abuse victim and you've been chronically releasing stress hormones all day, the brain's reaction is exactly the same. Adrenaline releases, then norepinephrine, then cortisol. When the danger subsides, whether that's you're out of your war situation or that's your narcissist comes back after ghosting you and now you're like, oh, you're back, yay. Then your body releases serotonin and dopamine in massive quantities, and you are trauma bonded to your abuser or your abusive situation. Either way, you're trauma bonded. And that is harder to break in some cases than a heroin addiction. So the key here is you have to start doing things to help knowingly impact your vagus nerve. Now, as a free gift for everyone who watches the webinar and then registers for that free coaching session, you're also going to get the 10 things that can directly impact your vagus nerve. That's just going to be my gift to you. The key here is they're all actionable things you can start doing today if you have it. And they're going to help impacting your vagus nerve today. So, again, I want to help. Go watch the webinar. Get your free gifts. Get a free coaching session. Get all the things to do with your vagus nerve. That's going to help your body. Regardless of what you do with your narc, these 10 things are things you can do today to help with any stressful situation. And when you get into chronic stress, as you do normally with a narcissist, that's chronic PTSD symptoms that have a direct impact on your frontal lobe of your brain, which is responsible for logic, reason, decision making. It actually will shrink down in size. And there's so much that you can do for your brain. We do cover more within Thrive90, but right here, right now, this is a free gift that you can have. I'm going to give you one thing right now just to help. Cold showers. And you're going to think, what? That makes no sense. No, I swear to you, take a cold shower every day in the morning. And if you need to, take a warm shower to get clean, but then drop that temperature to cold before you get out for just a minute or so. It helps your vagus nerve, and it will help your nervous system and your entire body as a whole. Cold temperatures help your vagus nerve's responses. So I know that sounds kooky, but I swear to you, and my neurologist will attest to it, it does help. I'm a 25-year MS patient. I don't have a cane. I don't have a wheelchair. I, have very little medication. And it's because I do the things and take the action I need to take for my body. So please go thrivinglifecraft.com/freedom webinar registration. Like and subscribe. Put your comments on here, please. I want to hear from you. And I look forward to seeing you every Tuesday and Thursday. And I want to thank you for making a decision to start thriving.